Hello, everybody. This is me and Elfie from the future. Elfie, say hi.
Hi.
And we are just wanting to put a little message before we get into the podcast that we are not doctors, we are not professionals, we're just girls who are living life, and we're just gonna tell you by experience. We're gonna talk about our feelings and the way that different practices have affected our life. Take it or leave it kind of thing. But we're not professionals, so just
No,
enjoy it for what it is.
don't even listen to us. I mean, do, but don't. Okay, we're
Caps.
going. Wow, this is my first time doing this. Have you done a podcast before, Da?
No, but I feel like most of the time when we are doing our like stream together thing anyway, it turns into like a podcast anyway. It's a chat there, and it does feel weird today. They're not being like a chat running alongside what we're up to.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a bit weird.
It's kind of nice just to like have all my attention on you, I've got to say. Looking gorgeous as ever, by the
Yeah.
way. Yeah.
Oh, says yourself, Queen. Says
Oh,
yourself.
truth is, like, we are always chatting.
Even when we just call to try and discuss business or anything, there has to be like 30 minutes of yapping
Yes.
beforehand.
Anybody listening to this needs to know that we are going to BlizzCon together. Woohoo! When we were booking the flights, it took us like 2.5 hours because we just couldn't stop yapping. It was great.
Yeah. Yeah, it was wonderful. And then we got it all booked and it cost us an arm and a leg, but we're going.
Should we introduce ourselves maybe? In case anybody listening
Yeah.
doesn't know us?
I guess we can introduce that. It's the first episode, so there may be new people finding us. So I think that's a good idea. Do you want to go first, Elfie?
Episode 1. Okay, sure. I'm Elfie. I'm a full-time streamer on Twitch. I mostly stream World of Warcraft. Um, Cozy vibes. I don't like to get too sweaty because that's scary. That's all. That's basically me. London 27. Elfie London 27. Yeah.
Elfie London 27. Well, I'm Darcy Norfolk 23, about to be 24, very shortly. I'm a part-time streamer, and as much as I also love the coziness of World of Warcraft and like housing and things, I am a bit of a sweat sometimes when it comes to like Mythic Plus. Um, I keep switching between being excited for the new season and being like, oh, I can't be bothered because it is like such a push to be getting like KSM and things like that. But I do like the sweaty side of the game as well. So yeah, that's me.
Yeah, absolutely. Woohoo, Darcy. Yeah, I remember pushing for it last season, and because I was still doing M plus at the time, but
Mm.
oh, I can't be bothered with housing now. I'm like, no, I'm living my Sims dream.
Yes,
Whatever.
literally
Yeah.
the Sims stream. Absolutely.
Our first episode, we've decided to release on Valentine's Day. Hopefully, it makes it out on Valentine's Day.
Yeah, pray.
And yeah, rage. And it's about self love and self care.
Our favorite things.
Our
Well,
favorite
my favorite
things.
things. I think
Yeah,
it's your favorite.
yeah, absolutely. How long have you been enjoying the conversation of self love and self care? Whether it's an internal conversation or external?
Oh, that's such a good question. Probably for a really long time. I think it's something I've always been taught is important to be taking care of myself and pampering myself. I think just as I've gotten older, I've discovered more ways to do that rather than just maybe like a pamper.
Mm.
Be it things like journaling or even certain video games. Like you're saying about The Sims. The Sims to me is like my reset game. Like if I've gotten really overwhelmed and I really need to just like calm myself, I take myself to The Sims 3.
I think that's an underestimated thing. So, like, people don't, I don't think everyone's aware that gaming is definitely a form of self care. As long
Mm-hmm.
as you're playing a game that feeds you in
Yeah.
what's the word? In a way that doesn't make you rage too hard.
Yeah, I CS2 is not not that.
Just sweaty yelling at it like,
That
and it's
is
like,
that
I
does
feel so
not
much
calm me
better.
at all. That
I'm
does
sure it
not calm
does
me
for
at all.
some people.
They are probably
Yeah.
insane if so.
Insane. Well, I mean, like, it's nice seeing games that are good for the soul and stuff, and also games that have a reputation for not being as good for the soul, such as maybe World of Warcraft has a reputation for being. But we've seen recently that World of Warcraft has actually done a what's the word, like a season this year for Valentine's Day focusing on self-care, right?
Yes, yes. So, going to the Lovers in the Air festival, which I think may have been around last year, but I do not remember attending and I don't know why. But this time I've been attending the Lovers in the Air festival and I was going around talking to the NPCs and stuff, and a lot of what they were saying were things to do with like loving yourself and more focus around that and that being the most important thing, which was so nice to see. The game kind of taking a different approach around Lovers in the Air, and it being more about self love. I think it holds a really important message. And my
Mm.
favorite thing with that I discovered was both of the dailies that they go between. One of them is where you literally get taken to like lakeside to relax, and you get to pet dogs. You get to read smut or read WoW lore, and you just like the quest is you have to just sit there for like 5 minutes and like relax.
Yeah.
Love. And I go and read my smut, and it's just great. And then the other one, which was, I think I had to go to like on the horde side, I had to go to the Valley of Strength, and I literally just had to like yell. You had to make your character like yell and like relieve stress, or you could fight the combat training dummies to try and get some like to relieve some
Oh,
stress.
that's cute. I didn't know
Yeah,
that. Yeah.
yeah, that was like the other one. And then, but part of it as well is you had to kick trash around. I don't know what that part was about. Like probably
As we do all the time.
just kick. You just had to kick stuff around, punch dummies, or like yell. That was what the quest was. So I think it's just a real like more fun approach to it. And I like the other daily thing that you can do is just going and giving people gifts and stuff, which is obviously then the love for others and sharing. But yeah, just the dailies for Lovers in the Air of like the romantic festival being all the stuff for yourself, I really loved. Like
Yeah.
the main focus was on doing things for you,
Mm.
and like literally self-care, be it screaming or reading a book. It was just really
Yeah.
cute.
And the thing on that is I think that part of understanding self-care is knowing that not one thing will work for everybody,
Mm.
but also what you need will change. So listening to like two 20-year-old 20 something year old girls yap about self-care probably sounds like, well, I don't want to do a face mask and I don't want to read smut and like, however, sometimes it really is about yelling into the distance and stuff. um
Mm-hmm.
and it's nice to see people focusing on it more. It's definitely a conversation that didn't happen as much 10
No.
years ago, let's say, right?
No, it's really recent that it's become way more of a conversation. I
Mm.
think, especially after COVID, I think
Mm.
that's caused a lot of problems for different people, and people feel a bit behind. And we had a few years of our life where like we just weren't able to do like anything. So now to have like this self-care stuff and doing things to take care of our minds has become really, really important,
Mm.
to in order to kind of battle these different things that we're facing with ourselves and the world. So
Yeah, absolutely. And it's almost like it's, I don't want to say it's now more important than ever. Like, I don't want to say that because obviously there's been tribulations and trials throughout
mhm,
everybody's life as long as time's been existing. But
yeah.
it's now that we have it and now that we know what it is and know more about it, like, it's important that we keep the conversation going, I think. And I
Mhm.
think that really easily leads us to a good start point of this. Like, let's dive into it. Let's say, let's go, Darcy. What are your top, your personal top five, not self-care tips, but self-care things that you do? I'll tell you mine too. I've got to think about it now, but
Okay, so like I practice self-care a lot, at least every day, and maybe that could be a little bit like over the top, but it's honestly something for me that I like to stay on top of. I like to really check in with myself. My different ways of self-care, I mean, it can really depending on the week, and I kind of fall into different things, but I love journaling, be it writing, or recently I've gotten way more into um, bullet journaling and junk journaling, where I'm just being a bit more creative. So journaling is definitely one of my ways of self-care.
wait, what's
Um,
bullet and junk journaling?
so bullet journaling is like making you make different spreads for honesty. What I would say is like really just irrelevant stuff. Like you can draw yourself up a calendar for the month, but you'll draw it yourself and you'll put stickers and you'll draw things. Like it's a bit more like creative. Or what
Mm.
I like to do is at the start of each month, I like to go on Pinterest and make a mood board for the month myself. Just like little focuses, and then I'll put on the page and like my fancy writing like February, and then I'll write my goals for the month. Like it's just like a really cutesy way just to
Yeah.
hone in on my goals and also just to like get me thinking about what I'm wanting to do. And yeah, that's my best way to describe bullet journaling. I
Yeah,
would
sounds
say like
interesting.
it's dependent on the person what they like to do. There's other little things I've seen like at the center of the page, kind of making like a mind map. I put like a Taylor Swift lyric, which was like, I want to be defined by the things that I love. And then I like drew out loads of lines and put all the things that I love in my life. And it's just a
Oh.
really cute way to like be like grateful, to show gratitude, to be present. Um, yeah, there's all sorts of ideas. I literally look on Pinterest and I just scroll through and just copy other people's ideas and then put my own things on it.
Mm.
And then junk journaling, which has been quite a recent thing I've been doing, and it's quite a recent craze as well. Is like when you're going about your life and you get train tickets or you get receipts, or you like I took a coaster from a bar, and you just like stick it all in and
Thief.
kind of make.
Joking. Joking.
You kind of just make like a little scene of your adventure. I did one for New Year's and I'd stuck like receipts and train tickets, and I even stuck like my Christmas hat in there. Just that's kind of what it is. It's making more of like physical memories rather than I guess the digital memories. Like that's a big thing at the moment is everyone's wanting to go back to more the physical memories kind of stuff rather than pictures and stuff on phones. So yeah, that's what the two are. My
Yeah.
my my way that I do them.
Yeah, I think
Um,
like I'm guilty of taking memories like
mhm,
coasters or receipts or anything like that. I'll take it and then
mhm,
it'll go in the drawer and
yeah,
that's where it'll stay. I
mhm.
started like I have a lot of notebooks. I'm kind of obsessed with notebooks in
Oh, I love
general.
a
I love
notebook.
them. Yeah. And I started putting them inside of old notebooks that I was hoarding that I don't need anymore. So I started putting stuff in there, which was kind of working for a while, but then it fills up and then you got to just go back to the shelf. So I think like the creative aspect of self-care is almost like directly a form of self-love as well because you're giving yourself the time and the space and the mental
Mhm,
capacity to prioritize allowing yourself to have creative outlet. And I think a huge part of self-love or self-care is actually understanding that your time with yourself is extremely valuable, I
mhm.
think. And that the most important relationship you'll ever have is the relationship with yourself. And if you
Yeah,
don't give yourself time to express, then how are you
yeah,
supposed to do like self-love to its highest capacity, I suppose. Mm.
definitely. And it's something that you really have to keep at and practice. Because I
Mm.
know for some people, the idea of like even probably spending time with themselves and doing things like that is like not really probably what they want to do, or it's something that makes them feel weird, or so it's definitely something you have to kind of practice and to keep giving it a go and finding your way with. I definitely don't think journaling's for everybody. I suggest it so much, and the people that I have told to journal have come back to me and told me how much they love it once they get past the like cringe part, I guess, of like either writing out your feelings, like once you escape that and kind of get out of your head with different things, the different self-care things that you practice are just it's so huge and it's so beneficial to you, and it really builds on the foundations of you as a person. And as we know, if you've got strong foundations, then you can build upon that. So I will always preach the importance of it. But
Mm.
yeah,
Of
if it's
journaling.
of journaling, yeah, and
Yeah.
just generally self-care.
Before we move on from journaling, I just want to add to it that like anyone listening, Darcy and I journal in extremely different ways. And I learned the importance of journaling from Darcy, actually. But it's true. But like, I can't stick things, I can't cut things, I can't draw things. I mean, I can try, but God knows, first thing in the morning before I've had coffee, I'm not going to be doodling my emotions. However, and not that that's necessarily what you do either, but I just know that I've tried that and I just can't do it. However, there's a lot of ways that you can do it, and if anybody is listening and they're like, oh my god, I cannot stand the idea of journaling, that's so fair. All you need to do is, if you want to, is try just get a notebook and write down 3 things you're grateful for before you've done anything else in the morning. And it doesn't have to be big. It can be like, I'm grateful my body is warm, I'm warm, or I'm grateful for my cat, or anything, the person next to me, the roof on my head. And any 3 things you can think of that you're happy that you have in your life. Before coffee, before water, before phone, just 3 things. I've personally found that's really helped me.
Mhm.
That's how you could also journal as well, as by simply just doing 3 lines
Yeah,
a
it
day.
doesn't have to be big. I mean,
Mm.
I end up writing pages and pages of all sorts of things, but I'm just a girl with a lot of feelings and thoughts.
Yeah.
So I will literally, fill pages. But I've had guided journals before, which is basically where they write you out all your questions for you and basically give you like a layout of what to fill out. And it's just been like writing 3 things that made me happy today, or
So
how
nice.
like there's like little bits you can fill out, how much water you drank that day, how many hours sleep you got, like
Mm.
just like little things. Just I don't know, it's very calming and very soothing. um but it really, yeah, it doesn't have to be a big thing. It's
That's,
just
yeah.
about being with yourself and taking some time with your mind, and just that's all it really is. That's how I see
Yeah.
journaling, is it's just time with myself and my mind and thoughts. And I found that now, when if I don't journal for a little while, I definitely feel a little bit like too many thoughts, and I feel a bit run down. And you need an outlet. That's just what a lot of it is. It's an outlet to compartmentalize your thoughts
Mm.
and feelings. Um, yeah.
Ultimately, you're resetting your nervous system in some way, whether that's because you're having an outlet or because of something physical or something, or something that's happening. You need to express. Some people don't cry. Some people need to cry to release emotion. Some people cry when they're angry. Like, and crying is a good thing. It's releasing, right? The same as getting your emotions on paper. There is this psychological shift that happens when you do, almost like, tell someone how you're feeling, whether that's that, and by someone that can also mean a page. Just getting it out, because you're also having to think about it, you're having to reflect on what's happening, which kind of brings us to our next point of other ways that do you can have self-care. And I want to just quickly point out the main one that's changed my life, which will sound
Do you
so
want to
silly.
say your main ways as well of your self-care?
Oh, I didn't do that. Oh, well, that
I
leads
mean,
me on to
I
this. We
got
did
I got
journaling.
to, yeah, journaling. If it's
Yeah.
not journaling, it's everything shower, it's playing video games, um, walks, love a walk. I recently
Mm,
learned something with walking. I used to always listen to music when I was on a walk, but I read something that was about giving your brain downtime.
mm,
Like before you go to sleep is when your brain is the most active with like thoughts and things like that. It's because it's
mm,
finally like got a break to like think and have free
mm.
time. I call it brain free time.
Oh,
So I go on walks now and I don't
oh,
listen to music, and I just let my brain have free time and just think and
oh, that makes
take in everything.
sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's something I'd never thought about before. But then my brain has definitely been less active at night now because it gets other free time throughout the day to
Yeah.
just be a brain. I don't know.
Yeah. I think like a part of why all of us, or many of us, doom scroll is because it's normally done in downtime and down moments, and we're craving something to fill that moment, because the moment we stop filling our brain, there is that downtime, and the only time of day you can't escape it is when you're trying to fall asleep, unless you're staying
Mhm.
up until exhaustion, which I don't recommend, by the way.
No. would not recommend. No, no, no. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'd say that they're my ways
the ways.
completely. What are your ways?
I'm less advanced in this area. Um, for me, I am a bit of a workaholic to the point that I'll be sick and I'll still stay up until 3 in the morning if there's something on the line. Not that you won't do that. That's what I'm saying.
Hmm.
But
I
like
would
I
try, but I would vomit if I stay up too
you
late.
vomit, yeah. Which is like your body's telling you to go to bed, and that's good that you're listening to it.
Hmm.
Um, but my favorite way of caring for myself is making sure I drink 2 liters of water a day, which I never thought about before. And I probably did or didn't, or I don't know. But now, if I drink 2 liters of water in a day, I feel so good about myself. I'm
Hmm.
like, ooh, I drank 2 liters of water today. I am that girl. And it's like, I don't know. I don't know how that works, but it makes a huge difference for me, which is
Even if it's
interesting.
placebo, that's fine. I think
Yeah.
the whole like a lot of self-care is placebo. It's just about
Mm,
making you feel better. It doesn't
mm,
like there has to doesn't need to be like science behind it working or whatever. As long as it makes you feel better, be it
mm.
because you're drinking two liters of water, then like so be it.
Yeah. Like small victories. So I wanted to talk a little bit about um, micro, micro self care,
Mhm.
which is something I've been thinking about in preparation of this podcast, which was the really tiny things you can do. If you're listening, or if you're just starting your self care journey, and you're like, I can't, I'm an introvert. I can't go. I don't want to go for a walk. I don't want to do this. I don't want to. I don't want to everything shower. I use 3-in-1 shower gel. Right.
Yeah.
Get different shower gel, but that's whatever. There are some small things, right? I mean, you'd agree that there are some small things.
Yes,
Splashing
definitely.
face with cold water.
Yeah. I mean,
Okay.
it even just goes down to like the general stuff of being a human, making sure you're eating 3 meals a day, making sure you're having like you're hydrating, like you it's crazy that to call that self-care, I guess, but it actually is because it can be something quite hard to do sometimes, being to
Mm,
make time for it. Eating 3 meals a day, that's a lot of food, having to then make that food but it's about the effort and giving yourself that time again, giving yourself the time, be it making 3 meals a day or hydrating or making your bed in the morning. I make my bed every morning as my first victory of the day, and I think as you say with the small victories, like you can then kind of get the courage for the bigger victories, uh, and feel accomplished just as soon as you started your day. Trying to think of other micro things, but
mm,
it's just little things that will make you feel good about yourself.
mm,
Brushing your hair, putting
mm,
some makeup on, showing up for yourself is a massive bit of like self-care and taking care of yourself. Just every
mm.
day, even when you're not feeling like it, showing up for yourself is also just massive. I mean, that's not micro. That is massive, and I think that's
Yeah.
really hard to show up for yourself every single day.
Yeah.
Uh,
I think around, especially like around times when you're having like it's hard for you. So, for example, Valentine's Day and you're feeling a little bit down, or Christmas. A lot of people don't like Christmas and stuff. Or maybe
mhm.
that's just how you're feeling. Sometimes, even your favorite comfort food tastes a bit grey, and the world is just the rose-colored lenses are nowhere to be seen, and everything is a bit blah. Like, I think that's a really good time to start doing micro versions of self-care, and like you're saying, it does really start with choosing, and it takes discipline as well. It takes, if you want to get out of bed and you want to just run off and go game or something, which is so fine, but you do like taking 10 seconds out of your day to do something that will help you in the long run. It's not about having the discipline to do the activity, it's about having the discipline to love and care for yourself the way you would another person. I think a lot of times people struggle with self-care when they don't eat, they're on some level they feel like it's maybe not deserved for some reason, or they don't
Mhm.
want to take care of themselves in that kind of way. And so what would you recommend? I'm trying to think of what I would recommend. I don't even know that answer to this question, but
Mm.
if someone is in that kind of hole where they just don't want to, there's some kind of mental block there, what would you say to that person?
Sometimes with some situations in my life, nothing really to do with self-care, normally to do with just external life things. When I'm making decisions or feeling certain ways about things, sometimes when you're struggling to maybe feel love for yourself or wanting to show up for yourself or kind of in that space you're not wanting to do it, I think maybe it can help seeing yourself as a friend. I know when I'm making decisions or things happen, I think, or what if this was happening to my best friend? With my
Mm,
best friend was feeling this way, and you don't want the people that you love to feel that way. So you then have to I sometimes can then imagine myself or try to imagine myself like I'm my friend. And I'm somewhat and even if I'm not loving myself that day or whatever, trying to imagine yourself as someone that you do love and
mm,
how you would take care of them and then replicating that on yourself
mm,
could be one way because when it's yourself that you're struggling with like love for, I think imagining yourself as someone that you do really love and imagine if they were feeling this way, what would you want to be doing to help them, and because it's so to each person what each person requires in order to feel that love for themselves. So I think it's really hard to give a complete example
mm,
of, well, just do this. Because yeah, I think just imagining someone that you really love feeling this way and what you would
mm.
do for them.
What are some other ways that you can perform the act of self-care, self-love,
Um,
TOS friendly?
I mean, yeah, that is one. That is one this Valentine's, treat
I
yourself. I mean, there's even just like working out and gym, that's like
mm,
self-love. But it kind of all comes back
yeah.
to the taking care of yourself and your body. Like that is
Mm.
the biggest form of self-care that you can practice.
Some people don't want to go to the gym because they're insecure or feeling lazy, and pushing past that feeling, it's like it's a little bit like it's so important to do, and
Mm.
we should all be getting exercise if we are able to. But that can be so hard. Like, I just went through a phase of like not going to the gym, months of not exercising. I just couldn't get myself to do it. And I've started slowly now, but that can be really challenging, I think, for some people. Just, well, I guess I'm sort of personally speaking.
Mm,
Have
definitely.
you experienced that?
Yes, I mean, especially at the moment, with
Mm,
it being winter and we've had like in the UK, it's rained every single day, like it's been grey skies, it's been really dull. And I think that's really dulled the sparkle a little bit for
mm,
me, and it's made me feel not so motivated. And I'm sure it must affect so many other people the same. Like they say, like with the winter depression and or just the winter sads. Like,
the winter
I've really
sads.
been the winter sads. Like
Yeah.
I've definitely really been feeling that this year, and so motivation is definitely something I've struggled with. Um, but when it comes to for me with the gym, it's only something I've really recently started. I go about like 2 times a week with the purpose for me going to the gym is just to move my body and to sometimes, especially when I'm not going to work, to be somewhere that's not home.
Mm,
Like just to take myself into a new environment, to see people, speak to them sometimes. Um, but to work just to push myself to do it. There is some days where I'm just like just go, just do it, girl. I mean, we've talked a lot about discipline a lot between us recently, like on calls, uh, and it is something that is the core of everything, honestly, and such a hard thing to get a really good grasp on with discipline. And making yourself do things that you don't want to do or you're just not feeling like it's a real willpower that I don't even know if there's a way to teach it. It's just you have to be so stern with yourself. Once you get past that, and on the days when you're able to conquer that, um, that's when you get it. That's when you get it done. But yeah, discipline, it comes down to everything really.
You said something interesting as well, which is huge, which is on the days you're able to conquer that. And the biggest thing about that is there are some days that you can't, and that is so okay. You know,
Hmm.
100%. I think you said that really well. Like, I think you hit it to a T. It's like, and the beautiful thing is that if you know in yourself, in your heart, that you're not disciplined right now with XYZ thing that you want to be disciplined with, you can see this as an opportunity to start. You can see it as a path changer, because like nothing changes until something changes, right? So if you want change in your surrounding life, then you have to change something. And if you know the thing you want to do, and it's just about doing it on the days that you feel you're able to, it really is as simple as going like, I don't want to, but I don't think anybody else does. Like, that's what I say to myself. If I'm off to the gym
Hmm.
and I'm like, I do not want to do this. I'm like, well, 80% of the people at the gym right now probably don't want to be there.
Yeah.
I'm not alone. When I'm on the treadmill hating everything and sweating and all that, I'm happy knowing at least half the people next to me probably don't want to be doing it either, but we're
Hmm.
doing it together because we're
Yeah.
choosing ourselves. And there's something beautiful in
Yes.
that. Yeah.
Showing up for yourself,
Yeah.
generally, that is the biggest part of it. Showing up for yourself and doing things for yourself, that is that's the main bit of it, really is. My thing recently, especially with the winter sads, has been showing up for myself, has been getting myself dressed and putting
Yeah.
some makeup on and showing up for not only myself but for stream,
Mm.
for work, for my family. Like, as much as that's love for everyone else, it's also love for me. Um, because as much as it's, we say self-love, but that also comes, for me, I think I feel love and appreciation myself when I'm showing it to other people as well.
Mm.
Because I'm very lucky that all the people in my life, the relationships are, love is going back and forth. So
Yes.
uh yeah, I think just showing up for yourself.
That's really good. And like, that's an interesting topic because a lot of showing up for yourself does require showing up for other people. You know, like for me, I know that I have something in myself that I can be negative, and it's a daily thing for myself that I have to go. It's easy for me in this moment to complain, and I'm choosing not to, and it's an active choice, and it sucks. And you see other people, and they seem so positive. They seem like they've just got it together. But the only people who are positive are either are oh no, sorry, 100% of the people who are positive, unless they're blessed, like they have practiced positivity. No one who I know is born positive.
Mm-mm.
Maybe a couple people, but it's really, really rare, is what I'm trying to say.
Yes.
People who
Hmm.
you see who are positive, it's a conscious choice, and it gets easier with habit, the same way. But it's easier to be negative. And another form of self care would definitely be in like challenge yourself to a day of not complaining. You'll be surprised, not you, but like
Mm.
one will be surprised how many times in a day they are complaining,
Yeah. Yeah.
especially about yourself. I am so guilty of constantly everything, like always talking negative shit about
Yeah.
myself, always. And my chat are catching me doing it. They're like, don't say that, and I'm
Yeah.
like, oh yeah.
Yeah. No, that raises a good point as well, because as much as we will say about all these different self-love things you can do, and I definitely, like, for myself, will claim that I practice it a lot, and it's something that's a really big focus in my life, but in no way have I got that sorted out at all. Like,
Mm-hmm.
there are some days that I am not practicing self-love, and like you say, I'm talking myself down, I'm saying not nice things about myself, or there's even, especially when it comes to the streaming stuff and the work stuff, when we're approached for different things, and me just feeling like, I don't think I do that. I don't think I'm good enough for that. Or
Mm.
I don't think they'd actually want me. They probably want something else. Like, and it's like, yeah, those are things, like, as much as you practice the self love, like, of course, you're going to still have moments you cannot, it's something you can't be perfect at.
Mm.
And as I practice it so much, but I don't think I'll ever be able to tick the box of being like, yep, self love. got it completely 100%. I think it's a constant thing that you have to keep working at, and you'll fall back and rebuild, and sometimes it could be 3 steps forward, 2 steps back with different stuff. So I just want to say, as much as we're preaching it and it is so important, it is also like part of it that you probably will still feel different things about yourself because you're human at the end of the day. Yeah.
Yeah, and you'll grow and get older and it will shift. Like 10 years ago, I had very, very different ideas about myself and ideas on what self-love. I don't even know if I knew what self-love was at the time. Like maybe I did, I mean, whatever, but what you need shifts and changes. And I mean, I don't think anybody listening thinks that we've got it all figured out. Like, I
No,
mean,
no one does. No one
uh,
does.
also, I believe most people watching this right now will have been from our communities and they know us pretty well. Like,
Yeah.
it's a
Yeah.
constant thing,
Hmm.
and it's nice to see people trying. I've noticed since streaming and getting to know people better, like it's fun when people go like, "Oh, you mentioned you did this thing and I tried it and it was cool," or "I didn't like it,"
Yeah.
or the feedback is
Yeah.
really nice about it. Yeah.
Yeah, I've had people from streams saying about starting to journal and stuff, and they'll be like, "Oh, okay, I'm just off to go have a bath and journal and things." I'm like, "Yes, like that's so
Oh,
fun! Like have the best
that's
time!"
so
Like
special.
I love to hear things like that.
On Valentine's Day now, for the people who are alone on Valentine's Day, whether that's alone romantically or just alone in the world, should we maybe like recommend them some things to like some quests, some
Oh, a
side
little quest,
quests?
a Valentine's quest. Oh
Valentine's Day
yeah,
quest.
probably going out and getting like your favorite snacks and things. Like
Mm.
have a date with yourself. Again,
Mm.
if you were like gonna be having a date with someone, but make it yourself. Go
Mm.
and get some snacks. Go get your favorite drink. Go like maybe watch your favorite movie. Play your favorite game. Just everything that you love in life that makes you really happy. Be it the chocolate bar or playing The Sims. That's my two things.
My quest that I'm passing on is, I think another form of self love is reaching out to people,
Hmm.
like reaching out to family members, reaching out to your friends. Like that really is a form of self love. But for this day, I'm gonna say sack everyone off. Just
Ooh.
sack them off. Don't worry about texting anyone. I mean, this is so me as well, but I'm like, turn off the
This is
phone.
very elfy.
This is me. I'm like, oh, don't like just turn off the phone. Like, go, stick your head out the window. You don't have to leave the house. Stick your head out the window and breathe in the fresh air. Unless you're in London, then breathe in the smoke. But whatever. Like, like, just go stick your head out the window. Go look at the stars. That's what you know. Just look at the stars for a little while. Pick your favorite one. Why is it your favorite one? That like really just like
This
being
is so
in.
elfy.
Yeah, that's it is. It is. The stars. Let's look
Just
at the
just be in
stars.
your own world. Just be in your own world for an
Yes.
evening.
Oh my god. You know
Yeah.
what? You can even go as far. Like if you have a local park or a garden, go get your favorite drink. Maybe it's a frappuccino. Maybe it's a glass of wine. Whatever. Go get a blanket and sit on the grass and look at the sky. Take yourself
That
out.
sounds so
I want to
romantic.
do that. Can we do that?
Yeah. Let's do that,
You and
babes.
me.
So I feel like we have covered lots of different stuff, lots of information to take in. So we thought we'd do kind of a little roundup and maybe bring to the table what we think is kind of the most important takeaways from this. Now that we've given you your quests, which is either looking at the stars or going to get your favorite snack, whatever it is, I think my biggest takeaways are going to be for you guys that self-care is something that it's a big practice. You have to keep feeding it, um and putting your time and energy, and then also just showing up for yourself is also a big thing. um and also have fun with it. Like it's not meant to be a chore. It's meant to be fun, something that makes you feel good. So try different things. Try journaling if you want. Maybe have yourself a nice bath, a face mask, or maybe go to the gym, have a little box with one of those sandbags, whatever it is. Just try different stuff. It's supposed to be fun. So that would be my main takeaways. Elfie, What are your main takeaways for
I
the
like
people?
those. I like the boxing with a sandbag. My main takeaway is just try, just pick one thing and try it for like a couple days, and don't berate yourself if you miss a day. That's the biggest thing. Like I like don't beat yourself up if you've
Hmm.
if you missed a day, if you missed a week or a month. Like just try something, and if it doesn't work, try something else. You know, trying is literally all you can do.
Yeah,
You know,
that's part
it's
of showing up for yourself, is
mm,
giving it a go.
slay.
Yeah, cute. Well, that is our first episode. We'll see how this comes out.
Woo!
But
Let's
thank you
go.
everybody for watching or
Thank
listening, watching,
you.
whatever you're doing. I hope you have enjoyed us in your ears for however long this is going to be. Thank you everybody and have a lovely rest of your day wherever you are in
Happy
the world.
Valentine's
Happy
Day.
Valentine's Day.
Thank
We did
you.
it!
Also, we're not doctors. Don't listen to anything
Yeah,
we
I was
say.
gonna say